Hello, my name is Harshita Soni, and today I'm here to give a presentation on Aurobindo Pharma Limited. So let's start with the introduction. Aurobindo Pharma Limited is an Indian multinational pharmaceutical manufacturing company which is headquartered in HITEC City, Hyderabad, India. The company mainly manufactures generic pharmaceutical and active pharmaceutical ingredient. Company's area of activity includes six major therapeutic and product area that includes antibiotic, antiretrovirals, central nervous system product, and many others. Today, Aurobindo Pharma has evolved into a knowledge-driven company manufacturing active pharmaceutical ingredients and formulation products. The formulation business is systematically organized with a divisional structure and has a focused team for key international market, leveraging its large manufacturing infrastructure for APIs and formulation. Now, let us look the company's main product. First is generic prescriptive drugs. Second is active pharmaceutical ingredients. Third is over-the-counter product. Fourth is nutraceutical, and the last one is vaccines. Now, the holding details of the companies are: first, public hold 10.96% of the share, others hold 7.4% of the share, FII hold 22.31% of the share, mutual fund holds 7.5% of the share, and promoters hold 51.83% of the share. Here is the shareholding details of the company. Now, let us look the financial indicators of Aurobindo Pharma Limited. First is price to earning ratio. It is a ratio of a company share price to its earning per share. The current price to earning ratio of Aurobindo Pharma is 16.51. That indicates that the investor are currently willing to pay 16.51 times earning to own one share of the company. Now, the second one is price to book ratio. It is a ratio of a company's share price to its book value. The current price to book ratio of Aurobindo Pharma is 1.35 times, which indicates that the investors are currently willing to pay 1.35 times book value to own one share of the company. Third is debt to equity ratio. It is a percentage of total liability of a company to its shareholder equity. The current debt to equity ratio of Aurobindo Pharma is 0.10. That indicates that the company has a low level of debt in relation to its equity. Now, the fourth one is earning per share. It is a company net profit divided by the number of its common outstanding share. The current EPS of Aurobindo Pharma is 45.20. That indicates the amount of profit attributed to each outstanding share of the common stock in the company. Now, the fifth one is return on equity. It is a measure of financial performance calculated by dividing net income by shareholder equity. The current return on equity ratio of Aurobindo Pharma is 11.52. That indicates that the amount of net income generated by a company as a percentage of its shareholder equity. Now let us look on the return on capital employed ratio, which refers to the financial ratio that can be used to assess company's profitability and capital efficiency. The current return on capital employed ratio of Aurobindo Pharma is 12.82. That indicates the amount of net income generated by a company as a percentage of its total capital employed. Now, the seventh one is return on asset. It refers to the financial ratio that indicate how profitable a company is in relation to its total asset. The current return on asset, the current return on asset ratio of Aurobindo Pharma is 7.99. That indicates the amount of net income generated by a company as a percentage of its total asset. Now, the eighth one is current ratio. It is a liquidity ratio that measures a company ability to pay short-term obligation or those due within 1 year. The current ratio of Aurobindo Pharma Limited is 2.22. That indicates that the company has more than twice the current asset to cover its current liability. Now, let us have a look on quick ratio, which is an indicator of company's short-term liquidity position and measures a company ability to meet its short-term obligation with its most liquid asset. The quick ratio of Aurobindo Pharma is 1.30. That indicates that the company has enough quick asset to cover its current liability. And the last one is interest coverage ratio. It is a debt and profitability ratio used to determine how easily a company can pay interest on its outstanding debt. The interest coverage ratio of Aurobindo Pharma is 70.98. That indicates a company ability to meet its interest obligation on its outstanding debt. So now let us have a look on revenue model of Oro Pharma company. First is sale of generic drugs. Second is contract manufacturing. Third is international market. Fourth is branded formulation. And the last one is active pharmaceutical ingredients. So here is the revenue model. The growth market in US, API in Europe also, and ARV. So here is the financial performance of Oro Pharma Company. The company has significantly decreased its debt by 2134.69 crore. Company has a healthy interest coverage ratio of 97.66%. The company has been maintaining an effective average operating margin of 20.87% in the last 5 years. Now, the industry analysis. First is market position. Second is revenue and profitability. Third is manufacturing capabilities. Fourth is R&D capabilities. Fifth is competitive landscape. And the last one is regulatory environment. Thank you. चलो आप